I learned Grim Sage Walls, so you don't have to. In this video, you're going to see crazy off angles just like this one.
There's no one in here.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I see that.
Enemy taken out.
Or maybe this one's a little more your speed. Or you just want to see me suffer spending hours learning these Grim Sage Walls. Either way, let's get on into the video. Alright, the first thing I want to explain to you guys is the components of a Sage Wall. So a Sage Wall, on the ground, like this, has 4 segments, right? Easily placed on the ground, just about anywhere. It'll have 4 segments every time. But, when you go to do the Sage Wall, like this, you only get 3. That's one of the main troubles that a lot of people have when they try to pull off these walls, right? So, if you want to have 4 segments, right, instead of 3, you have to delay yourself a lot longer, right? That one was bad example. But, that's a pretty common mistake that people have. To get it to count as 4 segments, you have to make yourself count, like, lower. So, when your feet are, like, parallel with this, right here, and then you place the wall. So it's a lot longer than you think. You have a lot longer time. So like that. My feet were parallel with the ground, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 segments, right? So practicing that for a lot of these walls will help. See, there you go, 4 segments again. And once you get that done, you'll be able to do a lot of the easier walls, like on Haven, on a couple other maps. That's when you learn how to do like the basic technique for the walls. Alright, so another really important component to Grim Sage Walls is being able to jump crouch. So jumping and then crouching at the apex of your jump, or like the peak of your jump, it gives you a little bit of extra height. So to do the one on B ascent, not failing the bunny hop, just pretend that I made it, you're going to want to line yourself up so that you're the edge of the wood as far back as you can. Put your crosshair inside this circle here. Jump crouch at the peak of your jump, and you should be placed on top of the wall with 3 segments. You won't get 4 segments with this one. I don't believe you can get 4. But this allows you to peek over into B main. And this one has a lot of variations. You can place it sideways, you can turn it a little bit, and you're able to peek into CT, which isn't super important unless it's like after they plant or whatever, and you see one rotating for market. You can see a little bit into market, which is pretty helpful. If you angle it a little bit more, you can do a little bit more with that. And if they're pushing up, and say this is smoked, or even if they're just pushing up, you can jump up onto this roof, as you've seen in a couple of Grim plays, and get a couple picks as they're pushing up lane, which is super useful. So, learning that wall, practicing the jump crouch is super important, and I really recommend you doing that. That is the second component of Grim Walls. Alright, another component to Grim Sage Walls is angling the wall inside of another wall to get an additional segment. I guess this is kind of like the tech to how he produces his walls, but if you place a wall, right, say on top of this, and it's not angled inside of anything, you'll get 2 segments, right? But if you place a wall and you angle it inside of a wall, another wall, you'll get 3 segments, as you can see here. Which is super handy, especially with this wall that he does here, which I'll be showing off in a little bit. It gives you the additional segments, so you can get 3 segments, and sometimes even 4, I believe. Which is a lot more ground to cover. So like say you were going to go over and do a wall on A main, on attack. You want to make sure that this wall is inside of this wall. Your wall is inside of this wall to gain that additional segment, which is super important. And I failed the jump, but you get the point. See, you got 4 segments instead of 3, or instead of 2 segments, which is super important to gain that additional advantage on your opponent. Alright, now that I've shown you the 3 basic techniques that Grim uses to pull off his Sage Walls, I'm going to show you some in-game moments where I actually use them. If I do it right. Thanks.
Two pushing up, A short. One's long. Oh wait. Yeah. Too long.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Although I missed almost all of my shots on the Jet, you still can use it to get pretty easy picks. So in this next clip, you'll see the easy pick that I had on the Reyna. She had no idea where I was at.
Twitter.com. There's like 4 long.
Alright, now that I've shown you a ton of grunt walls that I've used in-game, I'm going to run through a speedrun in customs and kind of just show you a ton of walls and what you can do in different spots. You can kind of get creative with it. Alright, that brings us to the end of the video, and I hope you guys learned something. If you did, drop a like, subscribe down below. All my socials will be linked down in the description. If you want to join the Discord community, we're trying to grow a fun, friendly community. That's going to be really cool. And we do events pretty often, so check that out. Join the down in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.